Welcome to the Build Your Brave Career podcast, where we flip the script on the tired stereotype that women in and around the tech industry have to be stressed out, overworked, and underpaid. I'm Nicole Trick-Steinbach, the International Bravery Coach and your host. Forget what you've been taught. Bravery is not a personality trait available only to the brash. Bravery is a skill, and you already have it. Which is great because building the skill of bravery is the most powerful way to creating the career and life you really want. As you build your brave, you will stress less, work less, and then earn more. This podcast will help you do just that. Let's dive in. How do I make networking suck less? Okay. I'm answering listener questions that were submitted in July of 2024. You're getting my raw opinion. How do you make networking suck less? It's a lot is around your mindset. I don't think a lot of people are going to like this answer, but here we go. My raw opinion. If you think networking sucks, it's going to suck. Period. If you believe that there's networking that's a good fit for you and networking that's not a good fit for you, it's not going to suck. If you believe that having conversations with people and getting to know people and supporting people and allowing them to support you is mutually beneficial and something that can bring us all forward, that's how you're going to behave. I think too many people, I said I think, but I actually want to say I know too many people have this outdated, unhelpful, very straight, white, man focused idea of what networking is. You have your business cards, you go to some in-person event and you hand it out and you try to wheel and deal and pretend you're someone that you're not and not ask people who they are and all that stuff. That's not what we're talking about anymore. We're talking about going to conferences where you learn new skills, new insights, and you meet people. And then you keep in contact with those people lightly, maybe over LinkedIn, maybe over email. It's going to a local professional organization or a virtual professional organization. And you maybe learn something new, or you just enjoy a cup of coffee or your drink of choice. And you meet some people, and a few of those people are pretty cool and they're in roles that you're interested in. So you follow up by saying, "Hey, it was really nice to meet you." And when you see something that makes you think of them, you send it along. Or maybe if they do something that's really interesting for an employer who's interesting or in a way that's interesting, you ask them if you can have an interest interview. And if you don't know what that is, I have a lot of episodes about that. I'll link some in the show notes. That's what actual networking is. Let's call it relationship building. You have to figure out how networking can be beneficial for you in community. You have to figure that out. My answer is not any of my clients' answers. For example, my answer, I love being in community. I can spend my time with a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And I will figure out how to enjoy that because I'm an extrovert, because I enjoy listening to people's stories, because I love asking questions. But that's not true for literally any of my clients. One of my clients, she does most of her networking through her main hobby, which is mountain biking or climbing, right? I have another client who a lot of her professional network dovetails with her hardware and her flight. Another client loves going to virtual things and lives in a really rural area. So she'll wake up super early to attend a networking event in an entirely different continent, or stay up really late to attend one in the opposite end of the world, or stop and give up her lunch break to attend one on person in her own area. And that's awesome for her. Other people love to have one-on-ones. They have no problem reaching out on email or in LinkedIn to one person and saying, "I love what you wrote," or "I just saw your job title. I see you're working for that company. Could we have a short, informal one-on-one conversation? I'm not looking for a job." And other people walk into a mass of people and they shine. Everyone is going to figure out their relationship establishing, maintaining, building, etc. strategy and approach. And it's going to change as your life changes and as your job and role changes. Here comes a brave statement. Too many people use the excuse of the discomfort of relationship building or networking to not do it. And those same people then complain because they didn't get the promotion. They didn't even know the job was coming up, because they didn't get the stretch assignment, because they didn't know the hot information on the street, because they didn't get the extensive budget, because they didn't get the role, the job, the interview, the speaking engagement. You don't get to do both. If you're not going to be in relationship and in community with people in a way that serves you, you don't get to complain about not being in the know or that you don't have people who support you, which an extension of, if you are not actively supporting people, you don't get to complain that people aren't supporting you. This is community. These are relationships. So how do you make networking suck less? Number one, decide that it doesn't suck. Decide that you're going to figure out what works for you. Number two, be creative. Figure it out. Try things. Learn and fail. Use my evaluation framework to figure out what worked, what didn't work, and what you want to do differently. Check in on how you're experiencing people and events. And number three, do it. Do it. This is your career. This is your brave career. And being in relationship, being in community, networking is a part of it. I am sure more questions came up, or you want to correct me, or you want to extend what I said. So send me an email, nicole@tricksteinbach.com. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear your opinions. Let's continue this conversation. Thank you so much for the question. If the Build Your Brave Career podcast is helping you flip the script in your own career, if it's helping you reduce your stress, work smarter, or create more income, please share this with a friend. Till next time, you are already brave. Now go build your brave.